We're live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios, and we're never stop believing here as we've got a jam-packed 2-hour show for you. It's Tara Atkin, it's Paul Ratliff with you, and today's show is brought to you by PrimeIVSTG.com to book an appointment. Prime IV is who I'm talking about, and this Valentine's Day, they've got some specials going on. The Couples Retreat, the Try It Special, the Passion Injection, all at discounted rates. So to book an appointment, go to PrimeIVSTG.com. And man, how was your night last night, Tara?
It was good.
Good night in sports, right?
It was a great night.
A lot of puck and action. We had some college hoops, some local college hoops at that. And nothing better to get the show started today than the best thing we saw in sports from a day ago. Let's jump into it right here, right now. We got to work on getting that fixed, especially when he's not here. But the best thing today, we both have one here, and I'm going to go local to start, as this was quite the game last night in Abilene, Texas, as the Utah Tech Trailblazers made their voyage for their second date with the Wildcats this season. They got their first ever win over Abilene Christian just a couple weeks ago down there. And were they going to repeat magic? Does lightning strike twice in Abilene? But I'm here to tell you it does, as we've got the waning moments of the game last night. This is Rod Zundel on the call last night as the Trailblazers triumph over the Wildcats late in Abilene.
How do you like us now? Trailblazers come into Abilene, and for the second time this season, they leave Texas with a win.
How do you like us now?
Utah Tech gets the win, 76-70 over Abilene Christian.
Maybe not. All right. I thought he had more to say, but so yes, that was Rod as the final seconds ticked off the clock yesterday as Utah Tech got their fifth WAC win. This was a team that had 7 wins all of last season. To have 12 wins overall, 5 in the WAC, and now as you look at the WAC standings, things are tightening up a little bit here for Utah Tech as some teams have lost in front of them. They're starting to climb as they are 5-4. They are breathing down the necks of Cal Baptist at 5-3 and Utah Valley at 6-3. They are one game back of those two teams. So this is a real critical stretch for Utah Tech. This Saturday they got Tarleton State, but this was a huge win. Just a win that spoke to Coach Judkins, to the program, that yes, this was an extremely physical game. Rod was commenting throughout the game, if you were listening last night on The Fan, that the officials were letting them play a little bit last night. They were very physical, very up in your grill, a lot of bumping, a lot of hand checking, a lot of physicality from the Wildcats. But Utah Tech, Ethan Potter leads the way again. I mean, wow. I feel like I'm a broken record, but 7 of 13, 16 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, 16 and 8. I mean, he just does that as he gets out of bed every morning. You know, it just seems like this kid, he cannot be stopped on the low block when there's someone comparable height to him. I know every once in a while there'll be a 7-footer, 6'11" guy that'll give him a little bit of trouble getting a shot off, but relatively, he's had success just about every team against every team in the WAC this year. I've been very impressed with Ethan, one of the best transfers in the John Judkins era, in this NIL portal era. I mean, in the last 4 or 5 years, Ethan Potter has been the most beneficial transfer to the Utah Tech basketball program that I can remember. He is a stud, 3-time WAC player of the week. I'd say he's on track to win it again potentially. So good for the Trailblazers, good for Ethan Potter, good for Coach Judkins as they get another big win on the road. And we know how tough it is to win on the road in college basketball.
It is, right.
It's super hard. You know, we've seen teams come into the Burns Arena in fall that are better than Utah Tech or, you know, comparable, but the home court advantage always gives a spike to the team at home. And last night, Abilene made a run. They tried to make it close at the end. They cut it to about 4 with about 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Then Utah Tech had it at
74-70.
6, 8. Yeah. Mm-hmm. and then it was just kind of rough and tumble from there. I mean, a lot of fouls, a lot of free throws shot, and then finally Utah Tech does emerge when the dust settles, 76-70, capturing their 5th WAC win of the season, like I said, up to 12 overall. We'll get into them a little more in the state of the state in the next segment. We're going to go through all the college basketball teams in the state, get you prepped for this big Saturday of college basketball action. But that was the best thing I saw in sports last night. Absolutely, was John Judkins and his squad going to Texas, and a snowy Texas, by the way. Rod was saying that the plane, it was kind of a treacherous landing zone. Their bus had some ice under it. They had to shake from side to side to free it up. So it was quite the conditions out there in Texas, and they do get the first win of their Texas two-step as they've got Tarleton State on Saturday. So that was the best thing I saw in sports last night. And let's go to you, Tara.
The best thing I saw was the Kraken beating the Maple Leafs, which they're my current team.
They are.
Most people, if you're listening, everybody knows that already. And we're going to the game tomorrow night.
We are.
So for Devin's birthday, we're going to go to the Kraken and the Knights. But they beat the Maple Leafs. And this is a big deal. Like, not that it's a rivalry or anything like that. But Lane coached for the Maple Leafs last year. He was the associate coach. And now he's the head coach for the Kraken. So it's still kind of like you still really want to beat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though, like, we love the Maple Leafs, like, there's no beef there.
Or
right. No, it's not like they fired him. Like, he just got the head coaching opportunity for the Kraken and stuff. But it was, like, such a great game. Also, Maddie Benyers is just on a bender. Let's just put it that way. So here's, like, a clip just from last night of Maddie. This was a pretty sick goal that he had.
Seattle looking to move out, and here comes Eberle up the wing. Across the line, and a backhand. McCann's pass broken up. Now centers, Beniers scores!
Look at that.
Yeah.
The Climate Pledge Arena at full
Going
mass.
crazy.
I like that.
Yeah. Yep, and that is their 3rd straight win in a row now, so they're on a good streak, and I'm excited to go to the game tomorrow night and see everybody and hang out with everybody, so it'll be fun. You've got creds. You're going to be covering the Knights.
Yes, I will. I'll be down there first.
Kidding. I know Devin's going to have his Knights gear on.
He'll be all
too.
covered in his regalia for sure. You can't expect anything less from the birthday guy.
Right.
But I'll probably just be wearing neutral colors, and obviously as the media decorum. But yeah, that'll be a really fun time when we all get down there. Should be earlier in the day, most likely.
Morning
before noon, of course, most likely. So a long day, but a fun day. It's
gonna be a great day.
Great day for the birthday guy who's up in state drill, by the way. Maybe I'll get a text update on how I heard Desert Hills did well last night.
That's what he said. Yeah, but we didn't really get any video or standings or anything like that. So
it was kind of a loose update, a kind of a busy update. You know, I sometimes get those from him when he is busy. You get a quick kind of at a glance update, but I'm sure we'll get the most thorough, comprehensive breakdown of state drill. But
I gotta say, Paulie, we failed again.
Why is that?
Because it's his birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about this forever.
The 6-hole jersey.
We were going to get him a custom Knights jersey that's on the back says like Mr. 6-hole. Like the number 6 and then like Mr. 6.
See, the only thing about that is
we really messed up.
But did we mess up? Because I don't think he would ever wear it. You know, I don't. His pride
He has to wear his birthday present at least once, or it's going to really hurt our feelings.
But yeah, would he wear it at a Knights game the day of? He pulls it out of the bag or box or whatever it's in, and then he looks at it. He goes, "Oh, it's shining gold, brand new jersey." He's like, "Oh my gosh, what player is it?" Flips it over, Mr. 6-hole.
Yeah,
he's probably like, "Okay, this one's going right in the donation bin."
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
but I mean, it's a. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's definitely going to go home if we give him that jersey. So, I mean, I can't really poke at him much for that because the soccer thing, like that's what he kept going back to. He kept saying the soccer and soccer 6-hole is between the legs.
Yeah.
So, and he is a soccer guy.
It is a thing. Yeah. It's just not in hockey.
Yes.
But it is a thing. So
But he did speak
give him credit there.
He spoke so matter-of-factly about it.
Yeah.
Like the one time when I was gone, that was the best time
he
ever.
thought I was full of it.
He just
And we
thought
kept
you
going like back and forth, just trying to correct each other, like nicely, because you're on air, you know. And say,
yeah.
that was a crazy shot right through the 5-hole, and then he'd come back on like
6-hole. You're right.
yeah,
Like correcting you, like you
Just,
needed the help.
fun
Coming
stories.
to rescue you.
Yeah, he was trying.
He was trying to help you because he thought that you were wrong.
That's why we love Devin, and he's never gonna live it down though.
He won't. We'll let that
We
moment.
all have these things that we give each other crap
We
about
all have
forever.
sticking
the
points
rest of our lives.
Yes, I mean that's what happens when you're in a studio with people 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. Is that you're going to get to know these people a little bit, so and have some
And
fun
then
with them.
games and stuff after that. Like we spend a lot of time together.
Sure, absolutely. So
I'm gonna have a Dabo Sweeney thing for you.
I know you're going to have a lot of stuff. Jade Daniels, Drake May. There's so many bits that you could go with me. But we're off to a roaring start here. The best thing we saw, Tara's going with the Kraken and their big 5-2 win over the Maple Leafs last night.
And this was cool last night too. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before the puck drop, though, they celebrated like Groovy. You like Phil
I like
Grubauer
Groovy,
because he, played for your Capitals.
Mm-hmm.
And Capo Caco and Tolvanen's selections. So Grubauer is going to be playing for Team Germany in the Olympics. And then the other two, Kako and Tolvanen, are playing for Team Finland. So,
nice.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, as we're kind of getting ready for the Olympics and stuff.
We are. We got to plan some
celebrating
Olympic
team
watch parties with the listeners. We got to do some kind of place to meet up where everyone can celebrate USA. Because I was talking to Devin about that the other day. It's amazing how many soccer fans crop up around World Cup time, how many diehard USA fans there are.
Yep.
And when they're really not MLS fans, they don't even really care about soccer, but they love USA.
Yeah.
So they just want to root for America. They want to root for country. So I hope that we could get a little watch party going for the USA hockey team.
Oh, it'd be
That'd
great.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of USA fans in there. We're all rooting on the red, white, and blue against whoever that may be. I mean, I hope we do match up against Canada. That would be really fun.
Yeah, because if it's anything like the Four Nations from last year, everybody tune in because it's going to be insane.
Compelling.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
It's going to be a great game.
I agree, as that'll be one of the coolest things this year is the Olympic hockey. It's been since 2014 in Sochi, Russia, that we last saw Olympic hockey on this stage.
Yeah.
So really rare opportunity for anyone that's getting into the game. The Mammoth just being implemented in the state of Utah the last 2 years, the Vegas Golden Knights and their rise and cup run. It's been a very successful region for hockey, albeit in the West. You wouldn't think most of the main hockey towns spread throughout the East Coast, Midwest. But now in the West, we've got a nice little corridor of competitive hockey teams.
We do, yeah.
And I think the Olympic hockey will bring even more fandom for you new fans that are developing love for the game like me and Tara have years and years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a great sport. And the Olympic hockey is one of the greatest, biggest stages for the sport.
Yeah.
But let's get to a break here.
Okay.
As we are 7:13 on a Friday, feel-good Friday here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. And that first segment today is brought to you by Color Country Custom Coatings, as JC has a limited time offer, $400 off a permanent ceramic coating. But hurry, this offer won't last. Call JC today at 678-283-8124. Color Country Custom Coatings. Protect your vehicle with the ultimate finish. And also brought to you by St. George Tint Shop. Make your vehicle look good, feel cooler, and protect your ride. Book your tint today. Just call 435-704-8657 or Google St. George Tint Shop today. We'll be right back after this quick break with some great messages from our local sponsors.
Stuff it.
I love Hollaback Girl. We're back live. Finlay Hyundai Studios. Gwen Stefani accompanying us on that rejoin there. And
You wouldn't know how to spell banana if it wasn't for that song.
That's true. I love that. That's a great verse of that song, though. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Yeah. This segment today, we're going to jump into a little state of the state here shortly, and that is brought to you today by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Celebrate Coral Canyon's 25th anniversary and play great golf for a great price. Call for tee times today, 435-688-1700. That's 435-688-1700. Also brought to you by Zag. Protect it better. Get $20 off phone repair at the 2 St. George or Cedar City Zag. Just mentioned the radio special, and you heard it on the Fan. All right, let's jump into it. All righty, as the state of the state, we haven't done this in a little bit, so I figured that we'd give everyone a quick update on where the teams in college hoops stand currently. And let's jump off with the top team in the state of Utah. That's the BYU Cougars, 17-3 overall, 5-2 in the Big 12. Their AP rank is number 9. Their KenPom ranking is 15th. Their net ranking is 14th. Their only losses are to number 2 UConn, number 1 Arizona, and number 12 Texas Tech, all quad 1 opponents. Their last time out was on Monday night, Big Monday, home loss to number 1 Arizona. And a game we both really enjoyed. That was a thriller of a game.
Yeah, and it was close.
It was. Down
Just
to the final buzzer.
Oh, but that last play was so bad still. We talked about this. When he drove, take it inbounds to go and win the game.
Yeah.
And drove it to the basket and just absolutely got swapped. Yeah. So bad.
So that was a tough loss, 86-83 to number 1 Arizona. Their current bracketology ranking or seeding per Joe Lenardi, they are the 4 seed in the South region. So BYU hoping to climb higher than the 4. But let's go back to Monday. Despite a frantic comeback in the final minutes, they did fall at home for the first time all season. But still redeeming qualities in a loss, I'd say, Tara. The fight this team showed at the Marriott Center in that final 3 minutes.
Right, to come back, they're down.
What was it? Like
10 points, something like that, 10, 12 points.
Yeah.
And so, to like the grit to just be able to come back and legitimately have a chance to win the game. Like I said, they would have gone up and won the game with that 0.3 seconds left with the inbound, but didn't go their way, unfortunately.
It was just a brutal last possession, but the Marriott Center crowd was commendable. We saw Ryan Hammer on our show yesterday reviewing the Marriott Center. Gave his review.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now BYU faces a critical juncture in the season. If they want to elevate to a 2 or 1 seed, they need to start grabbing key W's. They'll have a chance to get 2 big ones with pending games against Kansas this Saturday and Houston next week. They're Paulie's prime performer. Probably can guess this one. Not too hard with BYU. You're going to go AJ DeBonza. 23.6 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1.3 steals. He's the leading candidate for the Freshman of the Year and amongst the top contenders for the annual Wooden Award awarded to the nation's top player. Next up, like I said, at Fog Allen Fieldhouse to take on the Kansas Jayhawks, 2:30 on ESPN. All right, let's jump to the next team in state. The second best team in my mind belongs to the team in Logan. How about the Utah State Aggies? 17-3, 8-2 in the Mountain West. They're unranked in the AP poll, but they are receiving votes. KenPom ranking is 30th. Net ranking is 25th. They like them a little more in the net rankings. Losses, South Florida at Grand Canyon, which that's not a bad loss, but the only bad loss on the resume, the home loss, kind of perplexing one, to the UNLV Running Rebels. Their current bracketology seeding, they are the 9 seed in the West. Last time out, they drubbed Wyoming 94-62 at the Spectrum on Wednesday night. Utah State stumbled in the previous week of play with losses at GCU and at home to UNLV, but rebounded with big wins over Colorado State on the road. Like I said, UNLV at home. For the Aggies to secure a bid higher than the 10 seed, though, Tara, this is what they want. They don't want that 7-10 game they've been in the last few years. So if they want to be higher than a 10, they need key wins over New Mexico and San Diego State, the top team in the conference, and I've got something on them in a second.
Okay.
Their prime performer, Utah man himself, Mason Falslev, played his high school ball in Utah, 16.3 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, 2.8 assists, and 2.4 steals. He is a stat sheet stuffer. And next time out, like I said, this is the heavyweight bout, one of the best games on. If you are a Mountain West fan and a Utah State Aggies fan, you will be dialed in on CBS at 11 a.m. as they face the top team in the conference, the San Diego State Aztecs. That is this weekend. Big game for the Aggies.
Yeah.
And at the Spectrum. Good to have them at home if you're Utah State.
And their crowd is insane, too.
It is. I mean,
they pack it, and then it's a great environment.
They do. They jam that place full.
They do.
And they have coordinated chants, and they got the bowl sheet that we've all heard so much about.
Student section. I think we have a video.
I'll give you some time to get
from,
that.
Like the other day, but.
Oh, yeah. We do have it. So, this is the Utah State student section against Wyoming just the other day, as I give you a live kind of look at what it was like inside the Spectrum the other night.
Hang on. Oh. That's a packed house. Look at that student section.
For a small arena, it's one of the more imposing student sections in the country, as they really do have a magic feel inside the Spectrum. But let's jump into the next team in our State of the State here, as the Utah Running Utes. 9-11 overall. 1-6 in the Big 12. AP ranked, they are not ranked. Their KenPom ranking is 113th. Their net ranking 115th. Their losses, they've got quite a few. Their current bracketology seeding, they are not in the tournament. And their last time out was the loss last Saturday. Had a long break for the Running Utes. It's 91-78 loss to BYU in the Holy War basketball edition. The youth season has not gone swell, to say the least.
Right.
In Alex Jensen's first season, he was the hire that made sense for the Utes, but the success in the first season has eluded the former NBA assistant and Utah man. Played his basketball at the University of Utah. Not too much else on Utah. It's been a rough year, to say the least. The one shining light, Terrence Brown, averaging 22.2 points per game, 2.1 rebounds, 3.9 assists. Somebody's got to score. So, I mean, he's doing a lot of it. 22.2 points per game for Terrence Brown. Next up for the Running Utes, home to Oklahoma State at 4 p.m. on ESPN2 on Saturday. All right, let's jump into the WAC schools, as we've got two local WAC colleges that we have in the State of the State. And the first one up, SUU, the T-Birds, 7-15 overall, 3-6 in the WAC. Their AP rank, they are unranked. The KenPom ranking, 281st. Their net ranking, 293rd. Current bracketology, not in the tournament. They would have to win the WAC conference tournament to get an NCAA tournament berth. Last time out was an 80-61 loss to UT Arlington last night. Rob Jeter and the T-Birds have had an interesting season, to say the least, with high highs like the win at home over the top team in the WAC at the time, UVU, and then the sting and the frustration of losing 2 of 2 to your rival, Utah Tech. The Birds can finish the year strong and be a competitive team in the WAC tournament because they have multiple scorers that can impact a game. Elijah Duvall, Isaiah Cottrell, and my prime performer, Jaden Farrow, 13.6 points per game, 6.9 rebounds. This dude's tenacious on the glass, has a nice touch from the outside. Next up for the T-Birds is going to be at Abilene Christian Saturday, 2 p.m. on ESPN+. And then rounding out your state of the state, let's get some applause here for the Utah Tech Trailblazers. So they got the big W last night over Abilene Christian. They moved to 12-11 overall, 5-4 in the WAC. They're unranked in the AP poll. Their KenPom ranking is 209th. Their net ranking is 198th, cracked the top 200. And their current bracketology seeding, they would still have the same path to the tournament as SUU. They would have to win the WAC tournament, as the WAC is a one-bid conference. Last time out was what I said in the best thing, 76-70 win over Abilene Christian last night on the road. And they've been playing their best basketball of the season down the stretch of conference play. 2 wins at Abilene, a series win with 2 out of 3 from the T-Birds. It's been a much better season this year for Utah Tech. I mean,
it's been a huge improvement.
Absolutely. I mean, if we think back,
2 wins last year?
In the WAC, I believe 7 overall. So it was a very, very light year for winning basketball games last year. So it's been a refreshing year. It's been a rejuvenated year for Utah Tech hoops. And they are in 4th place in the WAC, only a game and a half back from 2nd place. So a lot can happen in these final games here. Coach Judkins will have to string together some wins to get a better seed in the WAC tournament. Then, hey, we're going to be there at the WAC tournament. They just sent out the credential requests.
Yep.
We are going to be covering Utah Tech and SUU this year at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. It'll be a really fun time. It always is. And let's see. Roll the ball out and play. I mean, if they're in the tournament, they're in the WAC tournament. Every team in the WAC is in this year. There isn't a play-in game like last year. So you will see Utah Tech and SUU. If you want to make it down to Vegas this year, you can see both those local teams going in the WAC tournament for a chance, I tell you, at the NCAA tournament, the grand ball, the bell of the ball in all tournaments in college sports. I feel like the best playoff. What do you think? I mean, March Madness or the college football playoff?
Oh, that's hard.
I know, it's really hard. And you slant more towards football.
Oh, yeah, I'm more of a football fan. But March Madness is just so fun.
It is.
I am bitter, though, because I'm usually really, really bad in my bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, first round, I was busted. So then the rest of it just really sucked for me.
Yeah. And the funny part was last year, to pull the curtain back, we were watching at, it was a kind of a smaller watch party. I think it was just me, you, Devin, Coach Amico, and Andy at the Wingnuts last year. And you were just very fervently upset that Andy was outdueling you in your family bracket.
She rubs it in, too. So... Which I do too. Like if I'm winning,
you got to. You got to have a little pride for your picks.
Yeah, I'm very competitive though, so
you are.
I get kind of pissed when I don't win.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Everyone likes a little competition, and the Trailblazers need some competition down the stretch to round out a better seed for the WAC tournament. But that is your state of the state. Oh, I'm sorry. Next up for Utah Tech is Saturday at Tarleton State, 3 p.m. on ESPN+. And my prime performer, kind of skipped those by accident, is Ethan Potter, 3-time WAC Player of the Week, 16.6 points per game, 7.9 rebounds. So after we've gone through those, obviously BYU's the top team in the state.
They're the top dog.
They've got the best players. They've probably got the best coach in the state as well. But I need to give some love to Utah State. I've kind of been trumpeting for them and invariably when I trumpeted for them last time, they lost the next game out. Remember?
Yeah.
So hopefully this weekend, this is a huge spot. You know, San Diego State, top team in the Mountain West.
Right.
You've got them on your home court at the Spectrum. You're going to have your home crowd behind you with the bull sheet and all the coordinated chants.
Right.
They just got to play well. They got to get that W. Same thing with BYU. They're going on the road, one of the toughest environments in all of college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
In Fog Allen Fieldhouse on Saturday. It's going to be against Darren Peterson in the vaunted Jayhawks.
Number 1 and number 2.
Number 1 and number 2 projected picks in the NBA draft. So that'll be fun. College Game Day is going to be there. They're going to be doing their pregame show from Lawrence, Kansas for this big game. So if you got nothing going Saturday, I mean, clear out the docket, clear out the work schedule, clear out the honey-do list. Tell her you got to watch some college hoops, you know? I know Tara would allow it, but
I would allow it.
I don't know how most wives are. So if your wives out there, tell them there's a big slate of hoops this weekend and you got to watch. And, you know, Super Bowl's next week, but this week is for the college hoops. I got to say that. So that is your state of the state. We're going to take a quick break. That segment today brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health, the testosterone replacement therapy. They are innovative in that regard. Double D's doing the 60-day challenge with those fellas as well. You can get a T-test and get your results in-house in just 15 minutes. Game Day Men's Health. To book an appointment, 435-265-4223. Game Day Men's Health. Reclaim your game. Let's take that quick break. Be back right after this. Love this one. Good one. Back live here, Finlay Hyundai Studios. Tara Atkin, Paul Ratliff with you today. No Double D. He's up doing his the maiden voyage. Well, not the maiden voyage. He's been up there plenty of times, but he is up. Is it Orem or Provo? I think it's one of the Provo. I think it is where the state drill competition is taking place this week, and he's up there enjoying all the theatrics and the drill, the military. There's a few other ones. I don't know.
Yeah. Like different isn't there three?
There's three dances that they do. One is military, I know,
yeah,
but I don't know. I forget the other two. But it's quite the event. He's had 2 daughters in drill. His oldest Lucy and now Vivi is in drill, and he's got another 2 years left of drill. So he's going to be an expert by the time this is all done.
He's already an expert. He could tell you all the things. So
he could. He's learning the intricacies of the grading and all that stuff as it goes on. But over the years, he's become much more refined as a drill dad, I must say.
Yeah.
So. All right, wanted to get into this because we have a lot of Raiders fans in the area. Las Vegas, just right down the road. When the Raiders moved from Oakland to Vegas, you knew there was going to be a surge of Raiders fans in the St. George area, just with the likelihood to drive down, to catch a game, to have them on TV. I know a few Raiders season ticket holders that have the season tickets for now 2-3 years since they moved to Vegas. So it is quite the draw, having an NFL team right down the road from you.
Right.
But it also sucks when the team right down the road from you is one of the worst franchises in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So I ask you, because you've been a lifelong Raiders fan from Tecmo Bowl and Bo Jackson and the poster with
Since
the bat
as a little kid,
and everything.
Bo-Nose. Yeah.
So you have been a long-suffering Raiders fan.
Yeah.
You've been through...
Keyword on suffering.
Yes, long suffering.
A lot of suffering.
Another keyword is
a lot
long.
of suffering, yeah.
So there hasn't been many great years for the Raiders in recent memory.
No.
We were talking about it off air the other day. I feel like Rich Gannon was the last time they were good. They had a little run with Derek Carr. Went to the playoffs 1 year, I think.
Like 2 seasons with Derek Carr that we had some real hope.
Yeah.
But the last time was like 2003 with Gannon.
Yeah. So it's been a long time. A lot of coaches have shuffled through.
Yeah.
Latest, there's been John Gruden. There's been Antonio Pierce, Pete Carroll, just to name a few of the names as of late. But if you were the GM Tara Atkin, you're sitting in on the meetings with Mark Davis, and you're part of Tom Brady's power circle, and you guys are, the 3 of you are deciding.
Right.
Who should be your dream hire? Like out of the realm, just if you could pick any coach living right now to coach the Raiders, your dream hire.
Okay.
And then who do you think realistically they'll land on? As someone who's plugged in with the Raiders, you've been following their coaching search a little bit, and I know they've been zeroing in on a couple guys, but that's not what I care about. First thing I care about is who, if Tara Atkin was owner, GM, whatever, partner of Mark Davis, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Who would be the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders?
So here's what I think the Raiders really need.
Yes.
Is like a strong locker room presence. Somebody that can come in, like demands respect immediately right off the bat, creates like a great culture, like emphasizes like the physical football, maybe even more of a defensive minded coach.
Yeah.
And
Mike Tomlin, would he intrigue you?
No.
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 Okay. All right.
I don't like Tomlin.
You don't like Tomlin. Okay.
No. But okay, so and this might be weird. I mean, obviously the first one that comes to mind for me is Vrabel. But and this might be kind of weird, but I would almost kind of like Dan Quinn.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he just might be kind of a good fit for the Raiders. I know your face. I can tell right now. That you don't agree, but I mean...
I'm kind of shocked, yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn.
He's tough, fast. He has that aggressive style. He's got, like players love playing for him.
He does have the brotherhood thing. That's a big thing that you hear all of the Washington players say is the brotherhood, the brotherhood, the brotherhood. So I think he really does
I know you're not a big fan.
I know we just had a terrible year, and it's kind of hard for me to like him right now, but he did do great 2 years ago,
right.
You know? So, like, that's the thing. He's very capable. He's been to a Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons.
Exactly.
Went to an NFC Championship game with the Commanders as of 2 years ago.
Yes.
Before that, he was with Mike McCarthy in Dallas as the DC.
Yeah.
And they had one of the best defenses in the NFL at that time.
Yeah.
So maybe Quinn, that's kind of an off script.
I know that
one.
you weren't expecting
I was
that
not
one.
expecting that. I was expecting Signetti or Saban.
I mean, I would love Signetti too, but Signetti just kind of seems maybe a little too soft for the Raiders.
Oh,
that's probably not like a good word for it, but like I just think you need like a real like
hard
man's
edge.
Man, like yeah.
Okay,
just
I like
because
that.
of the Raiders and their culture and.
It's broken. It's frankly broken. Yeah. I mean, from the time Al Davis passed away, since Mark Davis has been running the team, there's been little to no success for this team. And
I mean, even with Al Davis in his last years, like they've been, it's been horrible. Like we had the Madden span and we had like our glory days, but then it's been bad for a long time.
Absolutely. And like just knowing that you're plugged in with this and you've been watching them your whole life, like. Yeah. So the disappointments of past coaches, I mean, because Vrabel would be a guy that you would think would work, but a lot of people thought Josh McDaniels would work. He was off the Belichick tree. He was his offensive coordinator. That was an abject disaster.
Yeah.
I think Vrabel is a fit in New England, but not everywhere. Because when he was in Tennessee, he didn't have the success that he had in New England.
Right.
So a lot of things got to go right. You got to have good players, no injuries, great coaching. A lot of variables to win football games, I understand. But I personally don't. I think I would like Quinn over Vrabel.
I would too.
Personally. Yeah. I think for a team that needs direction,
right? For
a team that needs infrastructure and a program and a brotherhood per se.
Just that Raider culture, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of rough and tough and
just win, baby. That was the old motto,
right?
You know, like whatever you got to do, just win, baby. Yeah. That was the deal with Al Davis. So, and I don't think they've embodied that for a long time. So this is a hire they've got to get right because, like I said, McDaniels, Pierce, Pete Carroll, John Gruden, the last 4 head coaches have all been failures. And Gruden, the email thing, that didn't help, of course. I don't know if he would have worked out if he got more time, but it clearly didn't work out with all the things and how it blew up. And I think that Spytech, Devin was mentioning him yesterday, the GM. He's got a tough job right now. He's got the number 1 pick. You're presumably going to go Mendoza.
Right.
But you got to pair that guy with the right coach.
And that's the other thing, too, is, if you're going to get Mendoza, the number 1 quarterback, do you want somebody that's more offensive minded and not so much defensive minded? So that's like a whole nother element, but you never know how that will work out. You know, you could bring in a defensive coordinator and they could still turn the program around as long as you have like a good OC and stuff and a quarterback coach that can still elevate Mendoza and make the offense work. But
yeah, I'd agree.
There's so many moving parts.
There is a ton of moving parts.
I'd hate to be the GM and be in charge of that.
Because, if you want to go an offensive guy, that would probably be better for Mendoza, for Genty, for Brock Bowers, for the offensive line, for reconnecting the offense and making it one of the better offenses in the NFL if that's your dream, if you go offensive hire.
Right.
But as far as defensively, that's what they've done the last few coaches. I feel like Pete Carroll is a defensive-minded head coach. Antonio Pierce, a former linebacker in the NFL, he's a defensive-minded guy.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels was an offensive coordinator, but I just think that was doomed from the start. So I think you've gone defense the last 2. I think you got to go an offensive-minded guy. So now brings me to my next question.
Okay.
Is your realistic hire for the Raiders? Maybe give me a couple names or just one name you're zeroed in on that you really like.
I think it's going to be Kubiak.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator. And I think that's where they're holding out because they can't even approach him until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that is my guess.
Mm-hmm. That's you reading the tea leaves, looking into your crystal ball, and You're seeing all the things that you normally see. Like
what
you
else
did
are they
last
holding
night.
out for?
I don't know. I mean, you'd think that they just are waiting for the Super Bowl. I mean, it's got to be an assistant on either the Patriots or the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason they'd wait this long. All these other teams
what
are
I'm
hiring
saying.
up all the good candidates.
Right.
So
and
like,
they've just kind of held off.
yeah. So they must be just seeing their guy. They've got somebody pictured in that spot.
Yeah.
As far as their head coach goes. And they're just waiting it out.
Yeah.
And like, I think it is Kubiak too. I think he's going to be the guy. And I think he comes from a good tree. Like his dad was an NFL head coach, a great offensive mind. Like we see it with the Shanahans and Kyle Shanahan and Mike and all the knowledge that he transferred down to Kyle.
Right.
And now Kyle's offense is widespread across the NFL. So like the Kubiak bloodline could be a good thing for the Raiders.
For the Raiders, yeah.
Because I think if Clint has the troubles or he has, he's a young guy. So he's probably going to hire an older defensive coordinator. Kind of do what Sean McVay did with the Rams at first. He was the head coach, and old man Wade Phillips was the defensive coordinator.
Right.
Old gray-haired Wade. And he ran a great defense, and they won a Super Bowl. So I think the combination of young offensive whiz kid an old grizzled defensive coordinator is what the Raiders want.
Okay.
That's what they want. That's what I would want for them. So my realistic hire, I think, is Kubiak too. I think he's going to be the guy most likely. But it's not just about getting Kubiak. It's about getting that defensive coordinator to mesh with him, to be able to play complementary football.
Right.
Like the offense has got to complement the defense. They've got to have long drives. They've got to keep the defense off the field for a while to rest and get rejuvenated.
Right.
The offense for the Raiders had so many 3-and-outs last year.
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible. The defense, that one Chiefs game in Kansas City, I think they got blanked.
Yeah.
They didn't score a point. They had less than 200 yards of total offense.
Yep.
It was a total nightmare. And that defense, I just felt so bad for them as someone who played at a very low level at high school football, a defensive lineman. I just know that when our offense was sucking and we were out there over and over and over, I was sucking wind. I was fatigued. I was tired.
Yeah.
Because defense.
They're all back on the bench for 2 minutes getting oxygen, and then they're like, crap, we got to go again.
Exactly. That's the paradigm they face.
Yeah.
Because the Raiders defense, the guys like Max Crosby, they go all out every single play, every single game.
Right.
It's just an injustice to him to have an offense as bad as they have had.
And that's the thing is they do have a pretty decent defense with Crosby, and I mean their secondary is a little weak, but the Raiders defense is pretty solid.
It was better last year.
It was better. So when you're on the field pretty much the whole game, you maybe have like 15 minutes of break time and then halftime because your offense is terrible. Then what can you do? Like, you're exhausted and they're just going to beat you down. So
that's right. I mean, it makes it really tough to have a good defense when your offense is consistently going 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. And it's just hard to get any momentum for a defense and get your fatigue level back.
Right.
Like you're just so tired from being on the field constantly and having to go on these long drives for the other offense because you're not at the peak of your powers because you've been playing the whole game. The offense has been sucking, going 3-and-out, punting, turning it over. Yeah. So I think that they got to be better next year. I was kind of big in the summer. I was saying they were going to be one of my surprise teams. They really
I was hoping with Genty and Pete Carroll, and
they really let me down.
They did.
I mean, they did. I thought they were going to be a 7-8 win team, and I hand up accountability. I was wrong.
Yeah,
I absolutely was wrong on that one because Geno Smith, my guy, from West Virginia, his career's over. It looks as if he'll be a backup the rest of his days because that was probably his last sample starting in the NFL because he
wasn't
all
good.
Biases aside, he was terrible.
Yep.
He was really bad this year. So you got to expect they got improvement at the quarterback position with Mendoza, most likely coming in as the number 1 pick. You've got one of the great running backs, young running backs in the league, and Ashton Genty. Hopefully you'll have a healthy Brock Bowers. But after that, the wide receiver positions, that's what Spytek's got to address.
The wide receiver core is really lacking, too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is hurting bad. So you're depending on Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton and some of these nondescript guys. I think that rebuilding the Raiders is a colossal task.
Yeah.
And Rome was not built in a day, right? That's the
Right.
old adage. But I think that they can make progressive steps forward if they get this coaching hire right.
Right.
Because if they get
and then
another
they get
bad
the right
coach,
people in the draft, and because you can't turn it around. Look
Yeah,
at what
oh, yeah.
Vrabel has done, like with the Patriots in one season. Like you can
yeah.
turn it around, but it takes the right coach, getting the right players in, and making it successful. So
and building a culture.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. That's one of the key things that any coach has to do when they take over is they got to build their own culture. They got to start from the ground up, take over the foundations of the past failures, in this case, Pete Carroll's failures, and revive the franchise. So that is something that Fernando Mendoza and potentially Clint Kubiak is who we think is going to be the next Raiders head coach. All right, we're winding time down in the first hour here, as wanted to shout out One Health. One Health St. George is family care. It's more than checkups and charts. It's about connection. Dr. Carl Turner is board certified in family medicine, known for his compassion, expertise, and maybe even a few balloon animals for the little ones. How about that? That's pretty cool. So
that is fun.
One Health St. George, from newborns to grandparents, Dr. Turner treats every patient like family because to him, that's what they are. Now accepting new patients at One Health. Call today or visit onehealthclinics.com. All right. We got a big second hour coming up. We're going to get into the penthouse doghouse, some top tweets. We're going to jump around and bring you a little more recap on the Utah Tech game from last night and set up the high school games from today. All right. We're going to take the quick break. Be back right after this on The Drive with Tara and Paul. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. I like the drops. I always like to wait for that. Yeah, I do like to wait for those. I jumped in early that time. But we're jumping in early because we got a second hour on tap for you that's going to be really fun. It's Tara Atkin. It's Paul Ratliff. We're here with you from the Finley Hyundai Studios on a Feel Good Friday. And I feel like it's time. Let's get into top tweets, as it's been quite a while since we've done this exercise. Been a lot of tweets piling up over the last couple weeks that I feel like we should attend to. So let's get started here, and let's get started hot, as this one was last night from Cole Bagley 11 hours ago. Bagley, KSL Sports, inexcusable breakdown by the Mammoth. But that's why the 7-game homestand, taking care of business in Nashville and shocking Florida were so important. Again, a loss like this should never happen, but it's a good lesson to learn in January as opposed to March or April, which Cole is implying there. That's playoff time.
That is getting into playoff time,
so,
yes.
He is implying that this team, by his estimations, will be a playoff team. But last night, I don't know if you were watching. But
I was watching.
You were watching.
Yeah.
And it was quite the breakdown. 4-2 lead for the Mammoth going into about, and I texted.
You did.
This is hilarious. So any Mammoth fan out there, I might be the kiss of death.
Oh, no.
I could be, because unfortunately, like, the Mammoth had a 4-2 lead. So let me reenact. I'll just pull the curtain back here. So we have this little group text between me, Devin, and Tara that it's pretty active almost every day.
Every day, yeah.
We're
always talking sports.
Absolutely. So the Mammoth were going, Devin's the state drill, Tara's running kids around, so I'm kind of the only one texting. So I'm like, can you read the text you got?
Can I just, let me just read this.
Yeah, just read the text.
So he texts, Mammoth about to close out the Canes, up 4-2 with 7 minutes left to go. Literally a few minutes later, the Canes score. He's like, I'm the kiss of death. Canes scored 2 goals with empty net to tie. Like, dude,
I'm the kiss of death, but
Mammoth fans, distance yourself from Paul.
That's right. Get yourself a Paul voodoo doll and stick little pins in it. Whenever how about this? Every playoff game, I'm going to predict the other team wins.
Okay.
This year, so that'll be good juju for the Mammoth. But
I think you should just pick whoever I pick.
That's right. You're normally right. But Cole also had another one here. Clayton Keller on the loss, and we've got a little video to accompany this one. Yes, this was a terrible loss. There's no other way to slice it. So I wanted to give a little background from the captain on what happened in last night's loss, where they had a 4-2 lead in the waning moments.
Let me restart
but it's quite the dynamic that this team is facing, because they've shown the propensity to be really good, and they've shown the propensity to go on some win streaks. But here's the captain last night after the loss.
I mean, talk about it, watch the video. It's on all of us, and to take accountability for it, and we'll learn from it. We'll be better from it.
I mean, that's all he can say there as dancing queen or whatever. What is that in the background?
That's Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody.
I want to dance with somebody. That's right. That's kind of an anticlimactic setting after a huge disappointing loss.
That's actually kind of mean.
It is, but he trumpeted through it, as we've always talked about this, how these players, they despise the media availabilities and the coaches.
Especially after a loss.
After a loss.
It's the worst.
I mean, we've seen it whenever, after they win, Mammoth specifically, the music's going in the locker room. They've got all kinds of Mac Miller and different tunes, classic rock songs I've heard.
Like all kinds of good stuff,
Slinging the Gatorade everywhere and having the mosh pits. But after a loss, it's dead quiet in there. It's very disappointing, and it's hard to do the job. So for them and us, because it makes it a tough spot to ask questions. So that was Clayton Keller after the loss last night to the Carolina Hurricanes, who were wearing some of the cooler uniforms.
They were.
The Hartford Whalers throwbacks, I think.
We didn't get any pictures of that.
We didn't. Let me see if I can find, or see if you can find one of those as I go to the next one here. As there's still quite a few more tweets. This is one that I have to tackle. Oh. Hard Rock Bet, at Hard Rock Bet on Twitter. Shedeur Sanders made the Pro Bowl. He had more interceptions than touchdowns. Ranked 41st in passer rating out of 42 eligible quarterbacks. And he is your 2026 Pro Bowler, and the Devin, Dixon, and yourself. I told you you were a part of it.
Yeah.
So, you guys are the lucky recipients
of a steak dinner tomorrow.
Steak dinner, yeah. So belly up, enjoy it, because it's a fluke how it happened. It truly is. When you have more interceptions than touchdowns, and this stupid Pro Bowl is still a fan vote, so whoever the more popular guys are, they're going to get in. Yeah. So Shedeur gets in. He's going to do the watch thing a bunch of times, I'm sure, but amazing how he is a legitimate Pro Bowler in 2026. I used to remember when the Pro Bowl meant something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
when guys used to actually play, like it wasn't touch, it wasn't flag
football.
It was real tackle to the ground football.
Yeah, exactly.
And I loved the Pro Bowl as a kid. They would wear the blue and red jerseys. The NFC was blue. The AFC was red. They wore their team helmets. Yeah. So you'd see an Eagles helmet, a Redskin helmet, a Cowboys helmet.
Yeah, you'd still know what team they came from.
But they all wore the blue in unison. Yeah. And now these jerseys are just suck. They just try and do way too much with them. So I am kind of an old man shaking his fist, get off my lawn on this, but I miss the old Pro Bowl. I really do.
It's a joke now, for sure.
It is such a joke, and they shouldn't even do it, to be honest. They should just name people Pro Bowlers, because they can just name the Pro Bowl team and then just with the best players, instead of having guys like Shedeur, because all these guys opt out and they don't want to go and they want to be replaced, or they're hurt, or they're in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Like Drake May, who Shedeur replaced. How crazy is that? The near MVP or MVP, depending on what happens in the NFL honors, and then Shedeur Sanders takes over for him.
How many people, though? Because he had to have been so far down the list. So what is the list of people that opted out before he actually got selected?
That is a great question, because I
need
truly
to find
don't
that
know.
out, because it's like there had to have been. I mean, obviously, like Bo Nix is hurt and out, but like there had to have been like a line of people that was like, I'm out, and then Shedeur got it.
Yeah, he just kind of just luck by happenstance got his way in. But that's a funny one too, that Shedeur Sanders made the Pro Bowl. I wanted to take us back to last night. This one from Utah Tech men's basketball. This is last night on the Trailblazer postgame. Dario Domingos at New Era 23 on Twitter on helping Utah Tech beat Abilene Christian with 7 points and 3 rebounds. And how about this? It was in front of friends and family.
Oh, that's awesome. Here we go.
That was really personal for me, and then I had my grandparents and my brother over there, and then I've been here before. I know how they play, and I think one of the big men was really playing physical with me, and then I was like, okay, I need to take this personal, and I'm at home right now, so I had to play hard and show my teammates that I'm here for them every time I get in the court and play hard, get a rebounds. That's what I did.
And that was Dario Domingos after, off the bench. He's been a revelation for the Trailblazers as of late. Had 11 points against UVU, 7 points against Abilene Christian, big 3 rebounds, too. He gets those in-traffic offensive boards all the time. Yeah. He's a big body.
He's a big guy. Wasn't he like a linebacker or something?
He played
football.
Soccer growing up. So he was from Angola.
That's right.
That's his home country. And he was a soccer player by trade.
Yeah.
But then he gets into basketball.
He could be a rugby player or something.
It looks like he could be the starting linebacker for Utah, or defensive tackle for Utah Tech.
Utah Tech, exactly.
He is a body out there, and he has been a productive player for this Trailblazer team as they win last night 76-70, and he caught up with Rod as we just had there. All right, this one comes from Shane Tuttle, NCAA, on Twitter. And we're going to do, and he's saying this is a satire account. So, so this is not a true tweet, but he just wanted to stir people up. Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson are reportedly no longer dating. And then the real tweet comes from the reply from one of these Internet Hall of Famers. I like to call them Internet Hall of Famers because they have the comments on the YouTube pages. Right. They have the tweets. They have the funny remarks. And this guy, Rod at Rodimus Prime.
Rodimus. That's good.
She only dates first ballot Hall of Famers. Good zing from
They
him.
stepped right into that one.
They
for sure.
did. Absolutely. And what a great timing with a topical news cycle. I mean, this just happened this week. Perfect time for this tweet. and hats off to Tuttle, because that tweet, the one that says Bill Belichick and Hudson are no longer dating.
Yeah.
Whether it's, whether you believe
Actually
in infamous
true
or famous, or whether if your tweet is, infamous or famous, it's got 3 million views.
Oh my gosh.
So he is duping a lot of people that don't click on his account like I just did and found out his literal profile. Everything I do is satire.
It's all jokes. Yeah.
Proud Montana State alum, not impersonating and not affiliated with any pro sports or NCAA professional organization. So, yes, it was a faux tweet.
It was a fake one,
But I like the guy Rodimus. I mean, he comes back with the first ballot Hall of Famer zing.
She only dates first ballot Hall of Famers.
That's great,
awesome.
though. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Do I have any more?
Like we talked about the other day. Maybe he's not a first ballot because he is dating her and the people voting were jealous.
Maybe.
We had that on the Would You Rather.
We did have that on the Would You Rather. I like that. And you also got a good one here. I'd like to get this picture for the viewers on YouTube. If you could get it up there for us, Tara. Okay. And the Canes.
Yeah.
This one comes from the NHL. The Canes are rocking the old school Whalers uniform tonight, and they look absolutely fire.
I liked them.
I did like them. They looked really cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm a uniform guy.
You are.
I always have been into the accessories, the aesthetics of sports. I like that. I like colors. I like team logos. I like all that stuff. So to see the Whalers logo, as I look at it there, it's the W with the whale tail. Can you beat that? I mean, it's hard to beat that. I like our Mammoth logo. I like the Knights logo. I like the Kraken logo. All the new logos have been great in the NHL.
Right.
But some of these throwback ones, oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
That one's really cool.
Green and blue, it just pops.
Yeah. I hate the Canes, but I would almost buy one of those jerseys.
We need to put some paddles to our the Jersey Day in studio. We need to coordinate that when he gets back.
Yeah.
And the Whalers, maybe you'll see Tara in a Whalers jersey someday on Fresh Jersey Friday. I think we're going with. All right, well, that'll do it for us on Top Tweets. As been fun couple tweets there and a lot of good information. Wanted to get a little more on the BYU Kansas game this weekend. We got Doghouse Penthouse. We've also got Coach Tyler Roberts from the Dixie Flyers jumping on at 8:30, and maybe another special guest, as I see a couple people circulating around the halls at the Canyon Media headquarters. So let's take this quick break. Be back with more local sports right after this. We are back live from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. It's a feel-good Friday. Tara Atkin, Paul Ratliff with you. And now a very esteemed guest from Red River Health and Wellness, Dr. Red. How are you, sir?
You can call me Mr. Red. That's great.
I
love it.
He was almost going to call you coach, I think.
Yeah, call me coach, too. Absolutely.
He is a coach in some ways,
Right,
coaching you through your
He's
wellness.
a coach of health, yeah.
That's right. So Red River, tell us what's new over there, as you guys are offering a lot of new services.
Well, for the longest time up north, we've been doing peptides, hormones, IV therapy, something called ozone therapy, which is really cool. It actually hypersaturates your body with oxygen. It can be really effective, like a hyperbaric chamber.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
But we're now moving it here, which is awesome. So male and females who are suffering with hormonal dysfunction and have just low hormones and don't feel good, don't get that vitality that they want.
Right.
Now we have hormone therapy. But here's what's cool. Most of the time when somebody's doing hormone therapy,
Yeah.
you come in, they herd you around like sheep, they give you your hormones, and off you go.
Yeah.
And they don't ever correct the underlying mechanisms that are driving hormone dysfunction. So we can optimize hormones, we can do hormone therapy, but on top of that,
Yeah.
we can look at the blood sugar imbalances and cortisol defects and other things that are driving hormone dysfunction and work to correct that too.
Right.
Which will optimize the hormones even that much more. Same thing with peptides. Like lots of people love GLP-1s and peptides for weight loss, for whatever, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now we can do detailed lab tests, identify mechanisms that are driving that, and then prescribe the best peptide for what your situation is, which makes it even better for that patient. So it's just like peptide therapy, hormone therapy on steroids, where we can really get to the mechanisms driving this. But now we have so many different options for patients to improve and have a better quality of life. It's life changing.
And Dr. Red, obviously, sometimes with peptides and all kinds of therapy, there's trial and error. Sometimes, like you're saying, you're able to pinpoint what would be the best solution by some of the latest advances that you guys are talking about, right?
Definitely. And you're right, where if you just do a shotgun approach and everyone gets the same peptide, they're just trying the same stuff. Nobody really knows what's best for them or what's not. It can actually be dangerous, right? So for us, we don't have to guess. We do the detailed medical testing. We identify the underlying mechanisms. We'll prescribe the peptides and hormones, but on top of that, also work with the imbalances that are driving issues too, so that we're not just giving you a therapy and you still have all these underlying imbalances that don't get corrected and you still feel bad after a long period of time, right?
So do you offer just all ranges of peptides?
Yeah, I mean, there's hundreds, right?
Right. And then I've been looking into the GHK 40.
Which is incredible. Most people use it for hair, skin, and nails, right?
Right, yeah, for a woman and like anti-aging. I don't know, but
it's even better though. So like for autoimmune patients or patients that use those peptides like in a microdose, it can help calm down the inflammatory response. It helps with mitochondria. It does way more than just hair, skin, and nails.
Beauty. Yeah.
But that's one reason to use it.
Right.
And then there's a number of other ones that we can use to help with healing, to help with pain, to help improve cardiovascular response, to help with growth hormone.
Like the BPC 157. Is that the other one?
Yep, you do a combo. If you have pain and issues, you can use BPC, TB500. There's a combo that you can use. We call it a Wolverine stack, which is great.
The Wolverine stack.
I like that. Get the claws out.
But check this out. A lot of patients, as they age, they have intestinal permeability. And guess which peptide is really good for that? BPC 157 and TB500. So we can be a little bit more methodical about our approach. And that's the cool thing. We've owned probably the largest autoimmune and functional medicine clinic in the country the last probably 10 years. And now we're adding all these additional therapies to it so that you get a way more specific treatment plan using peptides and hormones than you would otherwise, which is pretty cool.
Okay, because I have Hashimoto's. I've had it for 17 years. So this is like great information for me. Like
where have you been?
I need to come in. I know. I've been just trying to figure it out. So like suffering.
What do you think? Do you think probably mostly males listen to this thing? Like think about this. If you're listening, check this out. Your wife, the number one cause of low thyroid is Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease that attacks your thyroid.
Right.
A ton of women deal with it. Men deal with it too, but a ton of women deal with it. And their immune system is destroying the thyroid at a rapid pace. Most of the treatments just, here's your thyroid hormone, and we'll see you.
Take your pills
and
every day.
nothing's being done to the Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune response, and these patients still feel little to no improvement and get worse and worse and worse.
Exactly, yeah.
Our goal is to correct all the different imbalances that drive the Hashimoto's. But what's cool with you is that as you're aging, like the most neglected females from 30 to 50, they'll end up having perimenopause, which will make the Hashimoto's even worse.
Right.
And if we can optimize hormone function
and
you're going to feel so much better. And for males too, what's cool is now we're tapping into that male population where males, you can get hormone therapy, but instead of just being a clinical dinosaur and only doing that, now we can work on blood sugar imbalances, cortisol defects, all the other underlying issues, and it's going to help the hormone function that much more.
Right. Instead of just putting him on testosterone, which completely depletes the body's ability to produce it. So
if we're just prescribing testosterone, it can aromatize into estrogen and cause insulin resistance. It can cause a number of other problems. Like there's a lot of mechanisms that you have to do in order to really optimize a male's testosterone. You don't just want to be like, here's your testosterone,
just
I'll
take
see you
it.
in 6 months. Like there's lots of other imbalances that if you don't correct, it could actually make them worse.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas now we don't have to guess. We do all the testing, we'll do the treatment plan, we'll work with them individually, and it's so much better.
Okay. Well,
it's amazing.
Dr. Red, wanted to ask you what makes Red River Health and Wellness different? What are the major factors that kind of separate you from the other?
We're not going to herd you around like sheep. This is going to be a customized, personalized treatment plan. We're going to think deeper. We're going to think more critically. We're going to dive in and see exactly what are those mechanisms that are causing problems. But we can also do those peptides, hormones, ozone therapy, a number of other things to help optimize your health and improve your longevity.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like a great deal to me. So
it does.
What do our listeners have to do to set up a consultation? Or
you can go to redriverhealthandwellness.com. You can call our location. I have no idea what that number is because I have 10 offices, but you can go to that website and schedule a consult. And there you go.
Yeah, ask questions and get educated because you guys have the answers.
I love it.
Sounds like. And Red River Health and Wellness, Dr. Red with us in studio. And if you'd like to get any of those services he was just talking about, so many different ones. The ozone therapy sounds interesting to me. Could help with my brain fog in the mornings. You know,
would be good. Instead of 4 cups of coffee.
That's right. Instead of caffeine overload, IV hydration and nutrient therapy, hormone optimization, peptide therapy, all these along with existing treatments are offered at Red River Health and Wellness. Thanks so much, Dr. Red, for your time. And we are going to grab our quick break and be back with the wrap of the show right after this. Back live here from the Finlay Hyundai Studios is a feel-good Friday edition of The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. And now our first guest of the day and our most important guest of the day, head coach of the Dixie Flyers, Mr. Tyler Roberts. Coach, how we doing on a game day?
Doing great. Yeah, thanks for having us today, too.
Absolutely. Love squeezing it in, Coach. And let's get into the Rumble at the Jungle tonight. How you feeling as far as the team and a couple losses as of late, Coach, but trying to get back on the winning track tonight in the Jungle?
Yeah, no, feeling good, actually. We're kind of trending in the right direction. Yes, we had a couple losses, but we've figured a few things out, and we're actually now healthy, which is nice. But you know, if you learn from those losses, then I'll take it, right? Be able to build off of those and work on some things and kind of get guys dialed in that way, then I like it.
Yeah. And Coach, after that tough buzzer beater loss Wednesday night to Crimson, what have you guys adjusted to, and how has the team felt about it? What has been like their response? For that?
No, that's a good question. I would say that the biggest thing too is like even leading into that game, we made some adjustments that actually were really good, and our transition game was a lot better. Our defense was better, and we grinded in that game. You know, it was a really good game, and our guys. Yeah, I mean, our guys showed some toughness to be able to come back and tie it up. We had the momentum. It's just if we could have played one more play, you know, and defend that, which. I mean, that happens in basketball. It was a good play, and it's kind of frustrating when you knew what was coming and still get scored on it. But but it was a fun game, though.
Absolutely a tough game, Coach. But Colin Simmons, he had arguably one of his best games against the Mustangs. 23 points, paced you guys the entire game. Talk about his potential down the stretch and his candidacy for the Region 9 MVP.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely needs to continue to do what he's doing, and he's capable of even doing more. He's not a traditional five-man. Yes, he's our biggest guy, but he's really a guard playing the five spot. And so, you know, just us allowing him to play a little more freely. Obviously, he can play from the perimeter and shoots it really well. He's actually our highest three-point percentage shooter on our team. So that, and then being able to put the ball on the floor and being able to post up. So, I mean, he can score in a lot of different ways, and then with his length, you know, on the defensive end, is obviously gives teams some fit. So we definitely need Colin, and we need to get him touches and play at him.
Yeah, Coach. So you're currently ranked 4th in the region with the same record as Hurricane at 5-4. So what is like the most like important thing you're focusing on for these next 3 games, the final 3 games of the season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've always said it, right? Region 9's it's tough. And I knew there'd be a team that wouldn't go undefeated. I knew people would would all beat up on each other, and any given night you can lose. So I think our focus it's not really on the region stuff right now, right? It's just it's focusing on keeping that number 3 seed,
right?
You know, ranking in the RPI. You know, even us losing those 3 games in a row, we still stayed at number 3 because our strength of schedule is tough, and I think we can continue to build off of that. And if we could, you know, pull off these next 3 wins, it puts us in a really good spot for leading into the state tournament right now.
Yeah.
Coach mentioned it at the beginning of the interview, but the Rumble in the Jungle tonight will be there. The Fan Sports Network covering the game at the hangar tonight. And just talk about Snow Canyon. We heard about them at Media Day. Coach Ball said in the summertime, people hated playing this team. They just guard you so intensely. They're so ferocious, the tenacity of their defense, and their offense coming along a little bit as of late as well.
Yeah, definitely. They're playing hard. They're playing well. And I think that's the best part about, you know, the end of the season is you want everybody's best game. You know, you want to be able to be prepared for state. You know, I think that's what with our region and, you know, like Provo's region and those other regions, they're not getting that every single night. And so I think that, you know, Snow Canyon's obviously going to be ready. They want to come to our place and play well. And Reggie's playing tough right now too. So we got to hope to, contain him because, you know, he's a great player. And I'm just really excited actually for our opportunity for our guys and they're in good spirits and they're ready to roll.
Yeah. And speaking of Reggie Mackey, how do you stop him? What is the plan to stop him?
I don't think it's stopping him, right? It's containing.
Right, containing.
I mean, he's gonna get. Yeah, right. I mean, he's gonna score. He's gonna do his thing. And, I mean, he's kind of like Brigham Kemp, right? Where you can try to just slow him down and not make other guys beat you. That's probably a huge, key to the game, is just be able to, play team defense and be able to stop other guys from having big games too.
Right.
And, Coach, you kind of mentioned it a little bit that Provo, one of the top teams in the state, albeit, a high ranking, but there's nights off in their region. There really is no nights off in Region 9. Talk about the competition level night in, night out in this region. And for people that really can't grasp how tough every single game is on the hardwood in this region.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. And I'll stick by that. From the 8 years that I've been the head coach, that's the way it's been. I mean, Region 9, the coaches are all prepared. Obviously, the players all know each other. I mean, we're all within, a little 20-mile radius minus Cedar, right? Meaning we all know each other. We've all played, some of them play AAU ball together, So, I mean, it's that rivalry that's every single game, and the competition level is really high too. So, I love it. I mean, again, losing some games doesn't really, we want to win every game. I mean, that's obvious, right? But the preparation that it gives all Region 9 teams leading into a tournament. I mean, you have that must-win feel every single game, and that's what you have to have in the state tournament, right? It's lose and go home in a tournament. So having those games to prepare, us, obviously, is our ultimate goal, is to get into the state tournament and then be able to make a run because of Region 9 preparedness.
Absolutely, the preparation all season. And Coach, if what are the keys tonight if the Flyers are to get a big win at the hangar in the Rumble for the Jungle, for the Snow Canyon Warriors coming from the jungle to the hangar tonight, and they're trying to steal one, but what are the keys for you guys tonight if you get the win?
I think right now for us, I mean, obviously toughness, the defensive end and then rebounding. But right now we just need to make just a couple more perimeter shots. If I feel like we could be almost, those 3 losses that we had. I mean, we go 3 for 19, we go 4 for 20, like from the 3. Like all we have to do is make 1 or 2 more threes, and we're, 6 to 9 points better than the other team. So we just got to make a few perimeter shots tonight.
That's right. Perimeter shots going to be key, as Coach Tyler Roberts. Coach, so I got to crowbar this one in. I'm a shoe guy. You've known that for a while. What kind of kicks we wearing tonight on the sideline at the hangar?
It'll probably end up being some type of Nike shoe. I don't know that I'll go with church shoes tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well,
no dress shoes tonight.
All right. No church shoes, no dress shoes. So Coach is he's looking for swagger from his team and him on the sideline tonight. Coach Tyler Roberts, thanks so much for joining us, Coach, and good luck tonight at the hangar.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you guys and your coverage.
Oh, yeah. We're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to being there. So there he goes, Coach Tyler Roberts, and he will be in center stage on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page and the fansportsnetwork.com tonight, streaming live. Caden Formaster, myself, and Tara are going to be at the hangar for the coverage of Snow Canyon and Dixie. We're going to take our last break of the show, be back right after this with the wrap of it on a Feel Good Friday. Feel Good Friday on the drive from the Finlay Hyundai Studios. The wrap of the show today brought to you by Soda Weight Loss, as soda is what I've been on, the journey I've been on the last month or so, and it's going to teach you how to eat.
Yes.
That's a fundamental flaw that I've had for like 20 years of my life. I probably only ate good from ages, and I probably wasn't even eating good from ages 1 to 10. I was eating all kinds of kid food, but in my adult years, I'm still eating a lot of kid food until now. So
a lot of Dino Nuggies, huh?
a lot of candy, a lot of sweets, soda, like that stuff. So with Soda Weight Loss, though, there's no shots, no drugs, no lifetime dependency, just real food. I mean, that's the thing that I love the most, is that I can eat food I actually like to eat. Expert guidance from your nutritionist that you call weekly. I've actually got my call today.
Right.
So I'll be talking to them around 1 o'clock Mountain Time, give them my full update, what I ate through the week, my weight loss totals, all the good stuff that goes with that. So
and weigh-in day?
Weigh-in day is today. Yes, it absolutely is. So Soda believes weight loss should not be temporary. Results should be forever. And that's the thing, is this is knowledge. Knowledge is power, I've always heard.
Right.
And this is one instance where I can really say that this knowledge has been some of the most powerful knowledge that I've received in my life, because I truly just wasn't eating right. I mean, I was just eating just fast, quick, convenient. I'm a single guy, bachelor, don't really want to cook. But now I've really taken ownership, cooking in the kitchen, making healthy meals, and they give you a full recipe list on their website. If you'd like to join, why wait? Why make it go any longer, being miserable, being overweight? Why not attack it today? And if you want to, let's go to sodaweightloss.com or call 866-800-SODA, SOTA, to book to speak with a nutritionist. And also, if you join now, your partner gets the transformation for free. So 2 transformations for the price of 1. Join us for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Soda Weight Loss. And let's get into it here as we are winding down the show. Not a lot of time left. It's been a packed show. We had Dr. Red. We had Coach Tyler Roberts. We talked about the Raiders, and we got our boots on the ground perspective from our resident Raiders fan in studio, as she wants Clint Kubiak. That's going to be her guy. Yeah. I mean, most realistic hire, right?
That's who I think it's going to be.
Yeah. And it's a little bit of a shocker. She likes Dan Quinn.
I knew it. Yeah, I could tell by your face. I shocked you with that one. But you gave me free reign. You said I could pick anybody I wanted.
I said you could go anywhere you wanted, whatever realm you wanted. Yeah. So you went to an employed coach and a guy that I wouldn't have expected. I mean, if you were going to go with an employed coach, you did say Vrabel, though. You did like Vrabel.
But I do think Quinn's better than, would be a better fit. Like you said, you think Vrabel's great for the Patriots, but I think Dan Quinn would be a really good fit for the Raiders.
Okay. That was the main message. Mm-hmm. Quinn was a better fit than Vrabel.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Quinn would be your dream hire, but the realistic hire is Clint Kubiak, and that looks as if that's who it's going to be. We'll keep you updated on the drive Monday to Friday. Once we hear the news, we will break it and bring you the our breakdown and analysis of how the Raiders look to move forward, as that'll be quite the talking point throughout the summer and into the off season. But wanted to get into the doghouse penthouse today.
Okay.
As there's some guys and girls, maybe girls, I haven't decided all my people yet, but the penthouse is always jam-packed. But the doghouse, Tara's filling the role for double today. She's going to jump in and police all the bad people in sports and put them in her doghouse. Let's get into it. It's a great. I get the.
This is a great sounder. I love this one.
I mean, "Who Let the Dogs Out" is one of the most underrated songs of all time by the what is it? The
Baja Boys or something.
Boys, yeah.
Something like that.
But it's a good one for this segment, indeed. But for me, I don't know how these guys can't go up there. Last night, the Washington Capitals goalie, Charlie Lindgren, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
So we've actually got the video of them after the game. And I mean, I'm a Caps fan, so this is a little bit of my first guy is going to be a Cap. And this is a guy that was hurt in the line of battle last night. In the game, in the regulation, he gets hurt. But Charlie Lindgren plays through the overtime, and this is the scene as they're walking him back to the locker room after the game. Let's roll it. And you just see he's being accompanied by two teammates, and they're just struggling to get him down the hall. He's putting no weight on those legs barely. He's got two guys, arms wrapped around. They're beating him on the chest because he just won him a shootout.
Yeah.
Like the shootout was the first three guys scored for both teams. So it was like, wow, this is going to be kind of a different shootout. Most of the time you see some misses. It gets kind of dicey. There's a lot of rounds. But this time, both teams were just hitting them. You know, first three shots for both teams go in.
Yeah.
And then Lindgren makes an amazing save while he's hurt, and then the Caps go on and score to win. But then this is the scene after the game. That's what you love to see in sports. The grit, like when you're not at 100%, you're not only hurt, but you're injured. He's injured.
He's actually hurt.
He's actually injured,
Which
I think.
isn't good for the Caps.
Not good for the Caps at all, but still the win last night and the grit. I like to see guys playing through pain, playing through stuff that's temporary, because unless you've got a break or a fracture or something like that, a lot of the times you can get by on adrenaline for a little bit, and that's what Charlie Lindgren did. He got by on adrenaline for the win. So that'll be the first member of my penthouse. And let's go alternating style here today.
Oh, okay.
So let's go one from the doghouse, one from the penthouse, one from the doghouse, kind of like that. So let's go down to the doghouse. Who's the first member?
I'm putting Ekman Larson into the doghouse for this hit on Catton last night. Like, it was just dirty. Let me, we'll play it back here.
Yeah.
See what everybody thinks.
Power play, it literally was identical shot. It comes right back out in front.
He was out cold.
Yeah, that was dirty. Never like to see that.
No.
Especially when you get the elbow, the shoulder.
It was just it was a spicy buffalo chicken wing.
Yeah, that's right. A spicy wing. You got him right in the face.
Oh, yeah.
And like that's just inexcusable, as most of the time these hits are just brutal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was kind of with his hip. It wasn't even a spicy buffalo wing, but it was a bad hit. So hate to see that. And Catton's a huge part of our team. So I wasn't happy with that.
Yeah, that's very willing and ready recipient of a doghouse consideration.
Yeah.
I also want to put all these. I want to put Patrick Reed in the penthouse today. This was much talked about on yesterday's show.
Okay.
Guys that can swallow their pride years after and admit they made a mistake.
Right.
I know Patrick Reed is not the most beloved player on the tour or live golf, either one. He won a Masters, and I feel like there was very little fanfare for his win. But at the end of the day, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
And I'm not a golf savant. I don't know a ton about golf, but I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
And
to be dangerous.
And I would say that Patrick Reed coming back to the tour is a big boom, because he may not be the greatest character. He may not have the best personality, but he's a great golfer. So to get one, and it's just about asset protection and getting assets back from the live. Every one that comes over means another strike to the live, another nail in the coffin of the live. So I think if more guys keep coming, and I said it on yesterday's show, I think Bryson DeChambeau is the last linchpin in the live. If he comes back to the PGA, it'll become a minor league golf.
Yeah.
You know, it just won't be, they won't have any big names. It'll be DJ, who's past his prime, Sergio, who no one cares about. Like, it'll just be kind of, just people that are past their prime, and that's where they go to make their big bag of money. That'll be what the live is known for. So Patrick Reed, another member of the penthouse today. I know Double wanted to drag him through the mud, and we had fun with his letter to the fans, and it was funny. I liked that. But at the same time, I think this guy needs to be commended, because not everyone can swallow their pride. Not everyone can say, I made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
And I need to come back. And he's got to pay his way in.
Right.
So he's got to make some charitable donations. He's got to sit out for a while. So he's facing some restrictions.
Yeah.
So he's not being as free as he'd like in the golf world this upcoming season, but he's making a sacrifice. And for that, he goes into the penthouse.
Okay.
All right,
wow,
let's go
I
back.
thought you were going to maybe put Jordan Hudson in there for staying with the non-first ballot Hall of Famer.
I like that. We did confirm that was a fake tweet.
I know.
It was a fake tweet.
She's staying with him, even though he didn't make first ballot.
And I've heard, like there was also a really funny tweet. If they get married, they had like this little mocked up ring of her wedding ring, and it's got like the Patriots Super Bowl logo and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
So who else is going in the doghouse?
You and Devin.
Oh.
Because you guys busted my parlay last night. I was the only one that got it right with the Kraken win.
And I knew this was going to come up. How did I figure that out? I don't know. Is it someone that's very competitive? Check. Someone that likes to tout their wins? Check. Someone that likes to be right? Check.
Yeah. I told Devin, I'm like, I don't think the Knights are going to win.
My fourth check likes when we're wrong. Check.
Yeah. Yeah. And I told you, I'm like, how dare you go against your own team, the Caps?
Yeah. I know, you did say that.
But you guys, you ruined it for me.
Every once in a while, you're a seer. That's what I like to call you. You're a seer. You see things into the future. You've got an acute ability to do that. So I've always
once in a while.
I've always admired that about you. And it's not like you can be on call.
No,
Like, here, give me a pick tonight. I need a win or whatever.
No.
That's not what it is. But when you truly are just organically making picks and you've got your feelings and your leans, you're pretty accurate. So I've been pretty impressed with that over our time knowing each other. Is your acute ability to pick winners, and you did again last night. So we're in the doghouse, me and Devin.
Yep.
How can I be in the penthouse and the
Last time I ever do a
doghouse at the
parlay
same?
with you guys.
How can I be in the penthouse and the doghouse at the same time?
You're gonna just be in the doghouse.
And all my tenants up there, I'm just gonna leave them up there alone.
Just leave them to party alone.
Oh no, man, you're ruining my party in the penthouse.
Oh, sorry. You ruined my parlay, so I don't feel bad.
I know you don't. It would have been nice to see one go through the hoop for sure. But of course, with parlays, as we all know, they're tough. But we are coming up on the wrap of the show here, and it's been a fun one. Thank you, everyone out there, for listening. Want to thank Coach Tyler Roberts and Dr. Red for stopping by on the show today. We got a lot to talk about come Monday. We're going to have Region 9 basketball. We're going to have Utah Tech hoops. We're going to have our show get together in Vegas.
Yes,
we'll have to recap that on Monday.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun time. But today's show is brought to you by Color Country Custom Coatings. JC is offering a limited time deal